I'm Michael Sangster, CEO of NAC. Join me and Gale Force Winds for special conversations here at the North American Education Convention.
Well, I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds. What a great time I'm having right here at the North American Career Education Convention. I want to tell you, there's good people in this room. They understand that they are making such a positive impact in both Canada and the United States by providing education that really matters. Changing people's lives, they understand the importance of that. And I like meeting them one person at a time. And on that note, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
Thank you. My name is Caroline Raffi. I'm VP of Enterprise with Ducere Global Business School and Kennedy University of Leadership.
Talk to me about the school and the university. What do you guys do?
So what you're saying, I love that you're saying that changing people's lives is what I'm really passionate about. I'm really proud of the work that we're doing by just doing that. So we deliver degrees. We're different than traditional universities in many ways. One is that we're very career focused. And then we focus on the barriers that doesn't allow students to continue for getting higher education. Therefore, they hit a ceiling and they can't progress in their career. So talking about cost, for example, average cost of university in the U.S., we're based in the U.S., is $120,000, $150,000 and up. Our degrees start from $9,000, and that's for a full MBA.
Wow.
So we overcome the cost barrier, we overcome the time barrier, so you can get our degrees in 12 months, graduate in 12 months, and they're work integrated. So you don't have to put work on hold to do study or vice versa. You're killing two birds with one stone. It's all hands-on work integrated, as well as entry criteria. So we look at individuals with management experience, and if they have management experience but for some reason they weren't able to get their bachelor degree, we leverage their real-world experience to qualify them for our programs. And I would love to give you an example. So for an individual that, let's say they started at age of 18, they're working at the bank. They're a teller, they work their way up, they become a branch manager. And they hit a ceiling now because in order for them to advance, they have to have a degree, and they don't have a degree. So now this person is in their mid-30s, maybe late 30s. They're not going to go back with 18, 19-year-olds, study algebra, calculus. It's not relevant. 4 years of that, especially in the US, and then $60,000, $80,000 in, then go to get their master's. It's just not practical.
Right.
So what we do, we say, okay, you, Mr. or Mrs. XYZ, you have enough management experience. We're going to leverage that and qualify you for the program. You get into the program, 12 months degree, you graduate, and you can move on to the next level.
You know, I love the way that, and that's a great example, right? How you can blend life into your learning. But to stay on the topic of breaking down those barriers, I mean, it takes a lot. It takes courage to say, I'm going to go back to school. And oftentimes we talk ourselves out of it.
Absolutely.
Right? We say all of these.
Yes.
But if you've got somebody like you and in your organization on the other end of the phone or the email or that, where they're saying, look, let's put all that aside. Let's just get you into the learning model. So vitally important. Talk to me about what the learning looks like from a student's point of view. How does that, is it asynchronous? How does it all break down?
Absolutely. So it's 100% online, and you study on your own time. So we're a global organization. Our headquarters in California, but we're a global organization. Australia, UK, Africa, we're everywhere, Middle East. So you study when it suits you, especially because we require management experience. Most of our students are managing teams, they're in leadership, they have families, they're traveling for work. So we want it to be really accessible and flexible. So you study at your own time, and you have deadlines to meet for your assignment. So we don't have exams. It's all assignment based. Okay. It's full students get assessed fully, but not an exam. It's based on projects they do, that those projects are directly relevant to the work that they're doing. So someone that's in automotive industry, for example, if they're going through marketing and communication, they're applying what they're learning to the challenges that their industry or specifically their organization is facing, and they're getting assessed based on those assignments. So again, hands-on work integrated. They're not gonna take an exam and, I don't know, on a case study on Walmart, for example, from 6 years ago, that has nothing to do with what they're doing. And then actually the beauty of it is that they can submit those assignments to upper management, so that will help them with progressing in their career.
Show them what they're doing,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Is it all individual, or is it cohort, or is there teamwork involved? How does that look?
It's cohort, and then depending on which project, so we talk to students to see what their end goal is, and which program fits them better. So we do have a program, for example, our executive MBA program, that does have a group project, for lack of a better word. But then we have other programs that is just solely you go through the subjects and you graduate. So it's more based on individual, if you will, rather than group. So depending on which program you choose.
I love that it's customizable. That's fantastic. Talk to me about the instructors who are at the other end of this.
Oh, this is very exciting. So our instructors are full-time employed by us, but the beauty of it is that they are hands-on. So they actually have real-world experience. Because academic and book and theory is one thing, but to be able to actually connect with students and teach them from real world, that is, something else. And then to take it up a notch, we actually have over 250 world leaders that their teaching is embedded within our curriculum. It's a very impressive library. These are Nobel Prize winners, these are billionaires, former prime ministers that our students learn from. So you're learning from the best, depending on the topic that you study.
Wow, that is impressive. Back to the importance of putting instructors in front of the students with real world experience. Vital.
Absolutely.
Vital, as we learn that the person that's teaching us has been there and done that, right?
Exactly.
Students really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So even though it is just continue answering to the question that you had previously of their student experience, so it's all online. But we do have live sessions, but they're not required to attend live sessions. But the beauty of it is, at the end, when they graduate, if they actually choose to go on campus, cap and gown, walk on stage, take pictures, with their family, friends, they can definitely do that on campus.
Wow.
So it's a really cool experience.
Yeah, of course, because for many, that might be the first time they've ever walked across that stage, right?
Absolutely.
And here they are walking across with an MBA.
That's right.
Like, this is very impressive stuff.
It really is.
How do they get a hold of you? What is a mechanism to interact with you? How do students reach out to you?
Oh, so we're everywhere around the world, depending on what time zone. But we highly encourage individuals to have Teams meeting, because I'm old school. I still like the people,
this conversation, right?
Exactly. Or we can have a phone conversation, Teams meeting, phone conversations. If we're in the same region, we're happy to meet in person. But again, we're very flexible. That's the key. We want to make sure that we're flexible. I had a webinar and meeting with students in Africa on a Saturday morning, whatever suits them. We want to be able to cater to what our students want. But yeah, definitely they can set up a meeting with me on Teams or with another enrollment advisor, and we're happy to meet.
Incredible offering, very flexible to get a hold of these folks, customizable learning that meets you where you are to help you learn and achieve higher education by real people who have done the business. This is an incredible offering, and this is how lives are changed. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for watching Gale Force Wins from Las Vegas. Check out NAC.ca and career.org to learn more about NAC and CQ.